Number 2, we ask to approve the agenda.
I'll make a motion.
Dustin makes the motion.
I second.
Becky seconds. All those in favor, raise your right hand. Erica? Approved claims to date.
I'll make the motion to approve claims.
Bubba makes the motion.
I'll second.
Ron seconds. All those in favor, raise your right hand. Erica? Yes. I saw Bonnie raise her hand. I was looking at Erica. Threw me off guard there. Number 4, approval of personnel. I'll try to look up. Some people message me and said I need to look up more so they can hear me speak. So I'm going to look up. It's hard to look up and read though. Approval of personnel and ECA recommendations. Frida Hahn, resignation from SCS bus driver. Michael Stein, resignation from SCS bus driver. Dana Moorcraft, resignation from BSC instructional assistant. Jenna Bundy, resignation from BSE Cafe. Stephen Futter, resignation from SHS math teacher. Denise Scott, resignation from SCS bus driver. Charlene Smith, resignation from SCS bus monitor. Jessica Axum, resignation from BSE 5th grade teacher. Randa Miller, resignation from BSE instructional assistant. Betty Duff, resignation from BSE Cafe. Megan Napier, resignation from SMS science teacher. Jane Spencer Pierce, resignation from SHS art teacher. Carol Clodfelter, transfer from SMS art teacher to SHS art teacher. Mallory Myers, SMS health ag teacher. Angela Pritchett, new hire SMS math teacher. Allison Cook. Who? Jane Spencer Pierce is retiring, not resigning. So, yes, I didn't. I should have caught that myself. Sorry. Allison Cook, new hire SMS nurse. Chelsea Williams, new hire SHS science teacher. Chris Stevens, new hire BSC 5th grade teacher. Megan DeHart, new hire BSC instructional assistant. Emily Gibson, new hire BSC instructional assistant. Elena Davidson, new hire SMS science teacher. Emma Boyles, new hire BSC instructional assistant. Jennifer Neese, medical leave. Renee Lamb, medical leave. Sharon Morgan, medical leave. Sarah Russell, 6th grade cheer coach. Lakin Reynolds, 7th grade volleyball coach. Lacey Dalton, 8th grade volleyball coach. Amy Abner, SMS SAD sponsor. Laura Mehurin, SMS science chair sponsor. Eli Smith, volunteer assistant boys soccer coach. Kyle England, volunteer assistant boys soccer coach. Hunter Meadows, volunteer assistant boys soccer coach. Demetrius McKinley, volunteer assistant football coach. Brian Marshall, volunteer assistant boys soccer.
I'll make a motion to approve.
All right.
I'll second.
Got it. All those in favor, raise your right hand. Erica? Okay. All right, number 5, consider approval of an anonymous donation of for $3,000 to the Salem Middle School and the Salem High School music programs.
So moved. I'll
Becky makes the motion. Richard seconds. All those in favor, raise your right hand. Erica? Yes. Number 6, consider approval of a donation to Salem High School SAD for $300 from Indiana Teen Institute Incorporated. This donation award is for SAD Advisor of the Year.
So moved.
Bubba makes the motion.
I'll second it.
Ron seconds. All those in favor, raise your right hand. Erica? Yes. Now we have comments from the audience. Who signed up? Nobody signed up. Okay. Number 7, under action items, consider approval of a new course, music theory, for the 2021 school year.
I'll make the motion.
Erica makes the motion.
I'll second the motion.
Becky seconds. All those in favor, raise your right hand. Erica?
Yes.
Yes. Number 8, consider modifying the 2021 budget calendar.
Yes, to date, I've completed and printed the current year financial worksheet, which applies the financial data for the remaining 6 months of 2020 to the calculations required for the 2021 budget. Budget process is an 18-month process beginning with data from June 30, 2020 through December 31, 2021. I've completed Form 1, the budget estimate, which lists all appropriations by fund, account, object numbers for the rainy day, debt service, education operations fund. Also have completed Form 2, the estimate of miscellaneous revenue, which enters all the projected revenue anticipated for the remaining 6 months of 2020 and the 12 months of 2021. To date, I am still attempting to complete and print the Form 4B, which is the next data entry point that brings the estimated property tax levies for debt service and the operations fund, along with the property tax caps for the operations fund, and the projected operating balances in those funds, along with the rainy day and education, which are non-taxing funds, and transposes that data to Form 3, the notice to taxpayers. Therein lies the problem. Form B in Gateway is not working properly, and the Department of Local Government Finance, while working diligently to fix the issue, has yet to resolve it. Form 4, which is the ordinance and resolution approving appropriations and tax rates, the school board individually signs and checks the box affirming your vote. You may recall that form from last year. Because Form 4B is not working properly, it is not transposing the debt service levy to this form, which is necessary for the budget completion. I believe the DLGF will resolve these issues. However, it is not likely to be within a time frame that typically defines our budget adoption process. With that, recommending tonight the school board approve adjusting the school budget calendar adopted this past March. I'm recommending the school board conduct a public hearing for the 2021 budget at the October 12th, 2020 school board meeting. Then, no less than 10 days later, but prior to November 2nd of 2020, conduct a special meeting to adopt the 2021 budget prior to November 2nd, 2020, which is the last possible day to adopt the budget on the Department of Local Government Finance's calendar. Monday, October the 26th seems like a good adjustment. Does not need to be a night meeting. We need 4 or more members to be present to vote and adopt the budget. We can do a 6:30 start on October 26th, or if you'd rather have a day meeting, we can do that. I'm open to the boards.
We've done this during the day before.
But I need to know tonight, and I say that
Yeah,
because I have to advertise that date and time in the newspapers and on the website prior to it taking place. So we can't say yes today, we can do it during the day, but then 3-4 weeks from now, come back and say, no, we don't do it then. Because after it's been posted, we're locked in to that date and time. So
gotcha.
if a night meeting is more convenient, then 6:30 is fine. If 4 or more of you want to meet during the day, that's okay too.
Okay.
Is
Not
that
trying
on
to put you on the spot, just trying to figure out what we want to do.
Is that on the 26th of October, you said?
Yes, Monday the 26th.
Monday?
Monday the 26th.
I think we could do during the day. We've had good luck with that here recently.
Especially if Dr. Thurston can buy one.
If I get 4 or more people there, and I'm not pointing at you, Mr. Abbott, but I get 4 or more people there,
Yeah.
I will be happy to buy lunch to adopt an $18 million budget. That would be wonderful.
We'll all be there for that.
Okay, all right,
We'll be there.
okay.
Yeah,
So I will set the hearing date and the advertisements for the October board meeting on the 12th, and then following the public meeting for the hearing, we will have a special meeting to adopt the 2021 budget on October the 26th at noon, either in here or our office, depending on which. I'll know by then which is ready. Everybody okay?
yep,
Thank you very much, I certainly appreciate it.
okay.
Then I need a resolution to modify the calendar, please, and a vote.
I'll make the resolution to modify the calendar.
Bubba makes a motion.
I'll second.
Dustin seconds. All those in favor, raise your right hand. Erica? That was number 8, right? You didn't carry over into
That
number.
was a, yeah.
Yeah,
Yes,
let's make
sir.
sure you didn't cover. Conduct a public hearing for an additional appropriation.
All right, we are pleased, and I am greatly relieved tonight that Eric Long with Ice Miller is here to walk us through an additional appropriation hearing for the general obligation bond of 2020, which will facilitate many of our needs in technology and improving our technology capability and capacity. And then following that, there are documents requiring approval and signatures, most primarily of the board president and board secretary. But with that, I am happy to turn this over to Mr. Long, who is far more knowledgeable than I am regarding these matters. Thank you, Eric.
Logistically, where should I position myself so I can be seen and heard by Erica as well as everyone else?
You could get probably right here in the front.
If I'm facing the podium, is that okay?
Yeah. Can you hear him, Erica? Okay.
You're okay if I stand right here? Okay. Just didn't know if I needed to speak into the mic.
That'd be great.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Still good for everybody? Okay. So first and foremost, I just want to say thank you for the honor to be here before you again. It actually is really good for my sanity personally to be able to come to board meetings, which I haven't been able to do for a few months. So thank you for having me here this evening. As Dr. Thurston indicated, we're talking about an additional appropriation hearing this evening, followed by 3 resolutions pertaining to a general obligation bond issuance. So my first recommendation would be to entertain a motion in a second to close this meeting and open it up for a hearing. I'll put Dr. Thurston on the spot what to do so, just to provide a little additional flavor on the plan to spend the $380,000, which is the proposed bond issue for this year.
I'll make the motion to close the meeting and open it up for hearing.
I'll second.
He seconds. All those in favor? All right. Chairman.
Okay, so with the meeting closed and the hearing now open, Dr. Thurston, if you would mind providing a little more flavor on the expenditures for the $380,000.
I'd be happy to, but I also defer to Mr. Minton and Mr. Acton on some of it, but I do understand that we have a strong need, an immediate need to provide internet connectivity, Wi-Fi access points. I'm an old guy, so the terminology may not always be correct or current, but if we can secure additional Wi-Fi access hotspots and position them on school vehicles, and then maybe park them in outer areas during the day, and then bring them back at night so students could be like going to McDonald's, but instead you may be going to a volunteer fire department out somewhere in Monroe Township or somewhere out in the county. But this would give us a greater ability to provide internet connectivity to the more remote regions of our district. We certainly have patrons and their children living there. Is that fairly accurate so far? May want to have.
Well said for someone that.
It's not very literate, thank you. I think that Mr. Acton and Brent have also been deeply involved in this, and I will defer to them now to continue on.
I'm going to echo what Dr. T said. It's no, and I'll defer to Brent here in just a moment. It's no secret that we have areas of our community in rural spots in Indiana that just do not have access to Wi-Fi. So this is a part of the process to try to create equal opportunity. Be really cool if the state would help, but we cannot wait. So we're going to utilize our need or our means to, as Dr. T said, to create some mobile spots. Also some upgrades still with our technology. We will gladly open up our school year as a one-to-one school district, but that's kind of the bare bones. There are immediate needs as soon as we open up. So Dr. Minton, I'm giving you honorary degree today, Brent, has worked tirelessly not just on making some plans about what other devices or technology needs, but he has been crushing it on grants as well to try to maximize the use of this GEO bond. What am I missing, Mr. Minton?
You hit the one other thing I was gonna say was to upgrade some instructional technology for our teaching staff to meet the needs of our students.
It won't be wasted, I can promise that.
And with that, before we close the hearing, I'd like to open it up to any members of the public, see if they have any comment on this additional appropriation. Seeing none, I would recommend a motion to close the hearing and reopen the public meeting.
So moved.
Becky makes a motion.
I'll second.
Dustin seconds. All those in favor? Raise your right hand. Erica?
Okay, with that, there are three resolutions before you this evening with respect to the general obligation bond issue. I believe may have been included in the board package previously. Just to summarize, those three resolutions, a little legalese. One is the additional appropriation resolution, because we will be receiving proceeds directly to the school corporation for a general obligation bond. You just have that, adopt an additional appropriation resolution for that. The second resolution is what we term the final bond resolution. The meat of that resolution, if you will, is the terms of the bond issue. So, the maturity date ranges, and the maximum par amount of $380,000, plus a bunch of legalese about, how the bonds get registered, et cetera, et cetera. And then the last one, the resolution to amend, to adopt amended and restated post-issue compliance procedures. That just goes to the fact that since the last time you did a bond issue, there have been some slight changes in, bond laws, specifically federal securities laws. And so we just want to make sure that your procedures are up to date with, for example, the reporting requirements for, when you have a bond issue outstanding, what you have to report to the bond market and things of that nature. So those are the three resolutions, and I'm glad to entertain any questions or comments you may have on them.
Doesn't appear to have any questions.
And then if there are none, my recommendation is just to be to take these, each one by one, for, adoption of each resolution.
I'll make a motion to adopt the first resolution.
I'll second.
Dustin makes a motion. Becky seconds. All those in favor on the first resolution? Erica?
So the additional appropriation resolution, second one would be the final bond resolution.
So moved.
Bubba makes a motion.
Second.
Becky seconds on the final bond resolution. All those in favor, raise your right hand. Erica?
And the last one for this evening would be the resolution for adopting the amended and restated post-issue compliance procedures.
So moved.
Becky makes a motion.
I'll second.
Dustin seconds on the third resolution. All those in favor, raise your right hand. Erica? Yes.
That's all we have as far as resolutions. So this is just to let you guys know the next steps. We're gonna be working with the administration towards, a bond sale along with, Baker Tilly, you guys made some advisor. Expecting a bond sale on or about September 2nd, and then actually receiving funds, for those purposes by the end of September.
Great.
Anything more to say?
Yeah, we appreciate you coming
Yeah,
in.
thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Number 10, consider approval of documents concerning that's general obligation technology. That's what we just
That's what
completed.
you just did.
Now we'll, items from the staff. Anybody have anything? Any questions or concerns, given everything that's going on? Everybody's ready? Non-action items. New board business? I guess we would just say that we're very aware of the changing landscape around us, and feel like we have some great plans, and we know the other schools are fighting through this, and hopefully when we get back to school on Monday, we have a safe travels for a little bit, and Should that go right, we definitely will adjust, on the advice of our superintendent, Mr. Acton. Superintendent's report.
I'm gonna segue into a little bit what Mr. Ruff just said. 1 week from today, we're gonna welcome back a whole bunch of kids that I know our staff is excited to see. The last time we saw them was on the March 13th, I believe it was, the last day we had kids on our campus as far as classrooms. So it's been a long time coming. Tremendous amount of respect and thanks to every department that has helped to get our buildings and campus ready. From maintenance to transportation to front offices to administration who have taken over new roles, new buildings. But I want to make so I don't leave out anybody. Thanks to everybody. But I want to plug a special shout out to our technology department. I just call it Erin and the boys. Erin and her staff have, in the blink of an eye, snap of a fingers, however you want to say, we have moved from partially having Chromebooks for part of our school system to now what is called a one-to-one school district. That just doesn't happen usually in a month, but that is what has transpired because of Erin and her crew. So on Monday, students will come into their classrooms, whether at the elementary or at the middle school or the high school, and they will all, by the end of the morning session, have a Chromebook, a device which is going to allow us to vastly enhance our instruction. It is part of our digital convergence, which leads me into Mr. Scott, who cannot be here tonight with his lovely wife. In a blink of an eye, we targeted someone, hired that individual out of a pool of applicants, and on July 1st, they've helped lead us into a transition from not being a one-to-one and not having a digital curriculum, and having some individuals that were anxious about utilizing a Chromebook and a digital platform, and has helped already train a large portion of our staff so we can be best prepared to educate our children in a digital platform, not just because we anticipate some potential disruptions due to COVID, because it is an instructional tool. It will never replace the teacher, but it allows us to have even more impact, we believe. So Mr. Scott has helped with that, not just with the training, but starting with the collection of resources and apps and tools and things that our staff will start to utilize. So in a very short period of time, our school corporation has made tremendous progress in the world of digital education. It's going to be exciting to see our kids as they progress this year. And then the last, it's just kind of a breaking announcement, if you had not seen it, the varsity football scrimmage for Saturday has been canceled. It will now be an inter-squad game on Friday. No fans. There are multiple aspects for this, but we are doing our very best, hopefully, fingers crossed, to get so we can play our first home game. And I think this is an option that maybe allows us the opportunity. For those that have ever participated in high school athletics, our kids are just dying to be able to participate. We've got Mr. Minton, and golf has already participated.
We started last week.
So we have some of our sports off and running, literally, with cross-country preparation, tennis preparation. Varsity football, varsity volleyball have yet to have their contest. We're trying like mad to be able to create those opportunities for these young men and women. And as Rodney said, we're also very aware of what's going on in the world, and the landscape of college athletics is changing right before our eyes, and that does have potential impact on high school athletics. So we will continue to monitor and do our best to keep not only our student athletes safe, but our coaches safe and our community safe, because all these lovely little angels go home at night. So we need to do our very best to protect everybody in the community. So with that, thank you. Appreciate everyone's effort, and we're very excited to get to Monday.
Yeah, you gave John Scott, I read some of the comments that they'd learned more in 3 days than they'd learned in 3 years from John, but to also give Mallory some some credit for our sports returning. Mallory Myers, who we've just hired as a health teacher, has been instrumental and huge this summer. As me as a softball coach, I know with Blair at football, and she's there. She set up the whole criteria, went through the meetings, and knock on wood, we've been good so far. So we're excited for football to get started, as most people are on Friday, and hopefully we go through this without any hiccups or illnesses. So our next meeting will be September the 14th on a Monday night, and I will ask for a motion to adjourn tonight.
So moved.
Becky makes a motion.
I'll second.
Dustin seconds. All those in favor, raise your right hand. Eric? That's it.